Good morning, children. We have studied few of the built-in functions. Now let us see how to update a list. So, updating a list is same as accessing a list, accessing a value in a list. It is like accessing a value in a list. So, let us see how can we update a list. So, lists are mutable. You can assign new value to existing value. We can use assignment operator to change an item or a range of items. So, the syntax of updating a list is list, that is the name of the list, in square bracket the index. Name of the list in square bracket index equal to the new value to be updated. So, let us see how we can update a list. So, we have a list, the name of the list is list is equal to 1, 2, 3. List is always represented in square brackets. So, if we want to replace the value at index position 1 by 4, the value at index position 1 by 4. So, we can write the name of the list, list in square bracket the index position whose value is to be replaced. In square brackets the index position whose value is to be replaced. So, list in square bracket 1, that is at index position 1, we have to replace the element. So, list in square bracket 1 equal to 4. That is at index position 1 the element is replaced by 4. So, at index position 1 the element is 2. So, 2 is being replaced by 4. Now, when we print the list, you can see the output is 1, 4, 3. Consider another example. We can also create a new list from an existing list using list slicing that we have studied earlier. So, we have a list L1 10, 20, 30, 40, 30, 50, 60. Now, we are creating a new list using slicing. So, we are creating a list L2 is equal to L1 in square bracket the slice, that is from 1:4, that is from index position 1 to 4. 1 indicates the start position, 4 indicates the position. So, we consider the values from 1 to 4 minus 1, that is 1, 2 and 3. So, at index position 1 the value is 20, at index position 2 the value is 30, and at index position 4 3 the value is 50. So, it will slice out the values from 20, 30, 50. So, when we print the list L2, you can see the output is 20, 30, 50. Consider another example of updating a list. So, we have a list L1 containing strings, that is colors red, pink, orange, yellow. Strings are always enclosed in single quotes or double quotes. Here it is enclosed in double quotes. So, L1 is equal to a list containing strings. Now, L1 in square bracket 2, that is we are updating the list at index position 2, that is we are changing the value at index position 2 by white. So, at index position 2 the value is, the item is orange and we are replacing it with white. So how can we do that? Name of the list, then in square bracket the index position equal to new value. So L1 is our list, then in square brackets 2 the index position where we want to update is equal to white, that is the new value. White is a string, so it is always enclosed in single quotes or double quotes. Then print L1 will print the list. Print L1 will print the list. Then you can see the list contains red, pink, and instead of orange the value is white, comma yellow. That is, orange is being replaced, updated by yellow. So we can do updation in list by list name, then in square brackets the index equal to new value. Then the next function, built-in function of list is length function or len function. So len function returns the length of the list. Len function returns the length of the list. Length of the list means the number of elements present in a list. Number of elements present in a list. So let us consider the example. So we have a list L1 equal to square brackets. List is always represented in square brackets. So in square brackets 5 comma book comma 4 comma 5 comma 5 comma book and new are strings. So it is enclosed in single quotes. A list can have any type of data of any data type, that is integer, floating point, strings, any data can occur in a single list. So how many elements are there in this list L1? 5 book, 4 5 new. There are 5 elements, 5 items in a list L1. So the length of the list is 5 because that list contains 5 elements. So when we print length of len in bracket the name of the list, len in bracket the name of the list, the output obtained is 5 because the list contains 5 items. So len function returns the length of the list, that is number of elements, number of items present in a list. Next function is the sort function. This function sorts the items of the list by default in ascending or increasing order. The modification is done in place, that is it does not create a new list. So what the sort function do? Sort function sorts the list in ascending order. Sorts the list in ascending order and the modification is done in the list, same list itself. Then the syntax of sort function is name of the list, list dot sort in bracket no argument is given, in bracket no argument is given, like the reverse function. In reverse function also no argument is given, that is nothing is given inside the bracket, nothing is given inside the bracket. So let us see how the sort function works. So we have a list L1 is equal to 10 comma 4 comma 20 comma 98 comma 2 comma 100. Then when we sort the list L1 dot sort, the list is sorted in ascending order, that is from increasing order, from smaller one first then the larger one. So when we print the list, the list is printed in ascending order, that is the list is sorted. We have a built-in function called sort function. Sort function has no arguments inside it. So there is another example for sorting. Here we have sorted the numbers. Now here we are going to sort string values. So string values are sorted based on the alphabetic order. So if capital letters and small letters are there, then first the capital letters will be sorted, then the small letters will be sorted, because capital letters have smaller ASCII values than the small letters. First all the capital letters are given ASCII values, and then after that the small letters come. So small letters have higher ASCII value than the capital letters. So while sorting, capital Y comes before small a, capital Z comes before small a. So let us see this example. Here we have a list L1 is equal to, in square brackets, list of colors red, yellow, blue, white. So when we sort, name of the list dot sort function, L1 dot sort in bracket. So print L1 will print the list. So the list is being sorted first in alphabetic order. The smallest ASCII value will be for blue, because in alphabetic order blue B comes first. Then the next one is red, then white, then yellow. So for strings, elements in a list, sorting is done based on their ASCII values. Python starts by comparing the first element from each element. If they are equal, it goes on to the next element. That is, if blue is there and black is there, then it will compare first B and B are same, then it will check next element, that is BL and BL, it is also same, then it will check BLU. For black, BLA. So black will come first, that is it will compare the, if the two elements are equal, then it will go to the next element. Subsequent elements are not considered even if they are really big. It sorts the string in lexicographic manner. If we want to sort the list in descending order, we need to write list1, that is name of the list, dot sort reverse equal to true. If we want to sort a list in descending order, we have to give an argument in the sort function. If we want to sort the list in descending order, we want to give a argument inside the sort function, that is reverse equal to true. So let us see how we can sort. So here we have a list, names equal to square brackets few names, Anshul, Pihu, Sarthak, Rima. Then when we sort, name of the list dot sort in bracket, the argument is reverse equal to true. So we have names dot sort in bracket reverse equal to true. Then print names, that is you can see it is sorted in descending order, that is S comes first, then R, then P, then A. A comes last, that is it is sorted in descending order. So to sort in descending order, we have to give an argument in the sort function, that is reverse equal to true. Next built-in function is clear function. So the clear method removes all items from the list. This method doesn't take any parameter, that is it does not take any argument. The clear method only empties the given list. It does not return any value. So let us see an example. Here we have a list L1 is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. So L1 dot clear, in bracket no argument is there. In clear function no argument is there. That is, after the clear, the brackets inside brackets are empty. That is, no arguments are there or no parameter is there. So print L1 means L1 will return an empty list. That is, nothing will be there in the list. L1 will be cleared. To clear the list, a clear function is used. Next method is built-in function is count method. So the count method counts how many times an element has occurred in a list and returns it. That is, it counts number of times an element is repeated in a list. The syntax is name of the list dot count in bracket the element. Name of the list dot count in bracket element. So we have the list L1 is equal to 10, 20, 10, 30, 40, 10. So you can see 10 is being repeated so many times. So if we want to find out how many times 10 is being repeated, we can use count function. So we will write L1 dot count in bracket the element whose count. So in bracket we give 10. So it will check how many times 10 is repeated. So in list L1 10 is repeated 3 times. So it produces the output L1 dot count in bracket 10 produces the output 3. That is, 3 times 10 is being repeated. There is another example. Here there is a nested list. In this list, one element is a tuple and 2 elements are list. So we can find out how many times an element is repeated using the count function. So here a list 1, 2 is being repeated 2 times. Since it is a nested list, this list contains a tuple, that is x, y is a tuple because it is enclosed in parenthesis. Anything which is enclosed in parenthesis is a tuple. Then this 1, 2 is a list. Again here also 1, 2 is a list. Then A and B are strings. So let us see how many times an element is being repeated. So L1 dot count in bracket 1, 2 in square bracket, that is list 1, 2. So list 1, 2 is being repeated 2 times. So count is 2. Next, the tuple x, y. L1 dot count tuple in bracket the tuple x, y. So x, y is being repeated only one time. So the count is 1. Then another example, L1 100 is not an element in this list. So the count is 0. That is, 100 is not repeated. 100 is not present in the list. So the count is 0. Okay, thank you children.